Hello, this is Chef Roman. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to cook and all the essential little tips that you need in order to prepare a meal for your friends and family. What I'm going to show you now is how to prepare a butternut squash. Even me, when you first look at butternut squash you think, whoa, that's going to be hard to prepare. It's not, it's so simple. So you get a peeler and you peel the skin. The skin on a butternut squash is very thick, so you might need to peel twice until you see the darker part of the vegetable. So you work your way around, get rid of all of that. You see the yellow part and the orange part. You want the orange part. So now I've almost peeled the whole butternut squash. It can get a bit tiring, carrying like what, 2 kilos worth of vegetable to peel. Think about shaving a bald head. So it's done, almost. That last bit there. And there you have it. You have a peeled butternut squash. Now for the next stage. So how to cut butternut squash for cooking. Hold it firm. If you have a bread knife in your house, it's really helpful in hard tasks like this, hard fruit and veg like that. So what you do, cut the tip off. Cut the other tip off. In the bin. You see the thicker part? The thicker part is hollow. It's got seeds inside, but it's hollow. There's no meat there for you. Here is where you're going to find the meat. So you want to separate them. You got your top and you got your bottom. Now this is starting to look like a pumpkin. They are pumpkin family. What you want to do from here is put your fingers inside and take all that seed out. So, take that seed out. You don't want that seed. Can't eat that. Full of seeds, this one. So I've hollowed out this butternut squash. Now it's time to dice. You're going to dice them like a dice. So you cut that in half. Cut it lengthways. Careful not to chop your fingers off. There you go, you have that. Cut this. There you go. Now you want to cut them into sticks like that. Yeah? So I'll do that to the rest of them. Go. So now I've cut them into sticks, you see that? I'm going to dice them now. Much easier, you get even sized amount of dice, just like that, you see? So you do that to the rest of this here. I'm not going to cut this one. You can do this. You do the same. I'll show you that in here. So yeah. So you've got the top part of the butternut squash diced, nice and evenly-ish. Now you cut the bottom. Cut it in half. See that? There's no more seeds left. Best thing to do, cut the half into quarters. Like that. Then cut them one more time. So they end up like this. And there you go. Dice them as well. People wonder what can I serve with butternut squash. You can roast this till it's soft with a bit of herbs, salt, pepper, and then mix it with onions in a pot, water, bit of vegetables, cook it till it's all soft, and then put it in a blender, and then there you go, you got butternut squash soup. Amazing, with a bit of sage on top. But what I'm showing you today is how to cook it with a bit of meat. You got butternut squash. You could do beef, lamb, even chicken, but you can't overcook the chicken. But I'm going to do it with oxtail. Don't know if you've ever seen an oxtail or any tail before from the inside. This is how it looks. See this white part here, the cartilage? That goes with the bone. You can't eat that, but the meat around it is amazing. It's really rich and, you know, it melts in the mouth if cooked correctly. To cook oxtail, it takes a long time. If I'm doing just 4 like this, maybe half an hour to 1 hour. I'll show you quickly how to do it. Don't have the time to show you the whole cooking process, but this is how you start off. So you get a hot pan, bit of olive oil. I don't like to use vegetable oil or anything like that. Olive oil is the best, it's good for your health. I put salt and pepper in my oil. I don't put it on the meat, because it's going to be slow cooked. It's going to take a long time. This is the leek. I've cut the green part off. Now I'm using the white part. That's where most of the flavour is. Green part is quite chewy and tough, like cardboard. So what I will do to this, take the tip off, you don't need that. Cut it in half, and I will wash the inside, because leeks have a lot of dirt inside. So you just rinse it down with water and then dry it, shake it, and then that's it. So the leeks, I'm just gonna chop them. Same thickness as poker chips, if you've ever seen them. It's going to be slowly cooked, so it doesn't matter if it's not exactly perfect, but they shrink anyway. Then I'll get shallots. They're like Thai versions of onions, or Asian versions of onions. These are banana shallots, they're a bit longer, they're not short. Cut it in half, and then do the same again. So I've got my oxtails. You can use normal meat, it's up to you. Fry it. Let's get colour on it. Really nice colour. Move it around. So you see the oxtail is starting to get a bit colour. Put the lid on it to help it steam a bit. If you want to do it faster. Get the leeks and shallots. That's enough. Now whack it in with the pieces of meat that you got. Let that cook. Just steam a bit. Now you're going to add the butternut squash. This is say 2 portions. Add a bit of butternut squash like that. Season it. Lid on, leave it for 5 minutes on a bit of a low heat. When it's got a bit of heat, started to steam, everything's starting to cook. Good news. Add a bit of butter in there. Get that butter melting. Butter will give it that richness and make your gravy thick, along with the shallots and leeks. Cook. So when your veg and your meat, everything's steamed off a bit, you get a little bit of, put a bit of oxtail stock cubes in a bit of hot water, and you deglaze your pan with it. If you like to put wine in your food, you put wine, but I wouldn't recommend that. as I am Muslim. So you let this steam, let this bubble a bit, let the water take all that flavour from the pan away, and that's it, lid on. You leave it like this for a good half an hour. To get a bit of colour on your gravy, you would put a spoonful of tomato paste. Tomato paste gives it the brown gravy effect, and that's it, really. So I've been cooking this for 35 minutes now. Go and have a look. You see how that's developed. The butternut squash, you check if it's cooked, just put a fork through it. If it goes through easily, that means it's ready. Okay? Your meat should fall off the bone. There you go. And then the sauce has thickened because of the onion, the gelatin inside the bones of the oxtail, and that bit of butter that I added at the beginning. So just serve on a plate. You get your pieces of tail on the plate, like that. That's it. This is for two, by the way. There you go, like that. And you'll spoon the butternut squash over it and the gravy. So there you have it. Butternut squash, oxtail, and a bit of leeks and shallots in that. That's it. That's 4 ingredients. Amazing. Very warmy meal. Smells great. It'll go good in a nice wintry day.